The drill bit touched the stone. 3 seconds later, it snapped clean in half. This stone is over 1,500 years old. It defeated the best tool modern science built. 7 structures exist on this planet. Nobody, not one engineer, can explain them. Built without metal, without wheels, without blueprints, without anything we call civilization. We begin where science breaks. Structure 1, Puma Punku, Bolivia. The quarry is 90 kilometers away, across a lake, up a mountain, without wheels, andesite, one of the hardest rocks on Earth. Rated near hardened steel on the Mohs scale, archaeologists found copper clamps at the site, so they had metal. But that changes nothing. Copper cannot cut andesite. Copper is softer than the stone itself. Think about that. The Inca came later. They saw Puma Punku, and they had no idea who built it. Their legends recorded only this: the gods built it in a single night. No one else could. But Puma Punku is not the oldest. What comes next is not just older, it is impossible. Southeast Turkey, a hill, unremarkable, until a German archaeologist began to dig in 1994. What he found changed everything we thought we knew about human history. These people had no cities, no farms, no writing. Yet they built this, and then buried it. Radiocarbon dating confirmed it. 11,500 years old, 7,000 years before the pyramids. No written language existed, yet the enclosures form a perfect equilateral triangle on the ground. And when they finished, they buried it. Every stone, every pillar, deliberately, on purpose. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. Göbekli Tepe, the first question humanity forgot to answer. Göbekli Tepe had no records. What comes next raised something else entirely. 200-ton stones, 3 rows of walls, each one higher than the last. The largest stones, 200 tons each. Spanish chronicler Pedro Pizarro wrote, "The stones were so vast, human hands could not place them." Modern engineers tested Pizarro's claim with laser equipment. They confirmed every word he wrote. But that is not even the most astonishing part. The quarry was 35 kilometers away, through mountains. Earthquakes flattened Spanish churches nearby. The walls of Sacsayhuamán did not move 1 millimeter. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. What force moves 200 tons through a mountain range? 200 tons seemed impossible. Structure 4 carries stones 8 times heavier than that. The stone of the pregnant woman, 1,000 tons, longer than 5 London buses end to end. 3 stones, the trilithon, each one 750 tons, raised 20 meters into the air. How? Roman engineers built the greatest empire on Earth, yet they built on top of something they could not explain. Historians assumed Rome built Baalbek's foundation. Then they studied the weathering patterns closely. The trilithon weathered differently from the Roman stones above it. It was already ancient when Rome arrived. Mark Twain visited Baalbek in 1867. He wrote, "This place is a tightly closed book to us." But Twain only saw the surface. What lies beneath Baalbek is stranger than the temple above it. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. Which civilization moved 1,500 tons before Rome was born? Baalbek was built on land. Structure 5 was built somewhere no sane engineer would ever choose. Pohnpei Island, middle of the Pacific. Someone decided to build a city on top of the ocean. 92 artificial islands, 750,000 tons of basalt, transported from a quarry 30 kilometers away by sea. The basalt columns are not from this island. The nearest matching quarry is 30 kilometers of open ocean. No historian has found a single document explaining how Nan Madol was built. Not one word. You are probably thinking, someone must have written this down, but nobody did. Nobody at all. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. How does a civilization vanish and leave no written word? Nan Madol had no records. Structure 6 has something stranger. It has no traces of construction at all. The farmer pumped for 17 days. When the water cleared, he found a city carved into solid rock. 24 caves, 30,000 square meters of carved space. 0 tools found, 0 construction debris, 0 records. The parallel marks on every surface are identical. Same angle, same spacing. 24 separate caves. Scientists assumed the marks were tool marks, but the tools that could make them have never been found. Once you understand the scale of Longyou, you realize this is the 9th wonder of the ancient world. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. Who carved 30,000 square meters and then disappeared completely? 6 structures, 6 impossibilities. But structure 7 is the one that changes every calculation you have made. 2,300,000 stone blocks. Average weight, 2.5 tons each. Built in approximately 20 years. Do the math. The base of the pyramid is level to within 2 centimeters across 230 meters. Modern lasers barely match this. The pyramid's 4 faces align to true north, south, east, and west, with 3 arc minutes of deviation. You are probably wondering, how did they align it without GPS, without satellite, without any instrument we know? Herodotus visited Egypt in 450 BC. He recorded 100,000 men labored for 20 years to build this. The interior granite slabs came from Aswan, 800 kilometers south, each one weighing 80 tons. But here is what most historians miss, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it ever again. No blueprint, no metal, no explanation. 7 structures. One question that has never been answered. Egyptologists found the workers' village. They were paid, fed, respected, not slaves at all. They were not slaves. They were specialists, and they could do something we still cannot fully replicate. When you see the pyramid as paid, skilled labor, everything about its precision finally makes sense. Scholars call this the ancient precision paradox, and once you see it, you cannot look away. The ancient precision paradox means this: their knowledge was not primitive. It was simply different. 7 sites, 7 continents worth of stone. One pattern that history's textbooks refuse to discuss. The question on your mind right now is the same question every engineer asks when they visit these sites. The knowledge to build these was not lost gradually. It disappeared completely and left no trace. Progress is not always forward. Sometimes what we call primitive is simply knowledge we have forgotten. We have not surpassed the builders of these structures in every way. In some ways, we are catching up. The drill broke, the stone did not. That difference is the entire story of this documentary. 11,500 years ago, hunter-gatherers raised T-pillars and then buried them. We still do not know why. A razor blade cannot enter the joint between 200-ton blocks. Physics says this should be impossible. 1,500 tons of stone, lifted, moved, placed in Lebanon. Before Rome existed as a city. 92 islands built on a coral reef. 750,000 tons of basalt moved across open ocean. Not one written word. 24 caves, 30,000 square meters. Zero evidence of construction. Discovered beneath a fish pond in 1992. 2.3 million blocks. One every 4.3 seconds. For 20 years. Aligned to the stars with precision. 7 structures, 1 paradox. The ancient precision paradox. Knowledge we have not yet recovered. History is not a straight line. Sometimes, the further back you look, the more sophisticated it becomes. Place your hand on any old stone. Beneath it is memory older than our alphabet, older than our questions. Subscribe and hit like and tell us which lost structure we uncover next. See you in the past. The stone is still there. The drill is still broken. The question is still waiting for you.